like, what are the steps of a BIP? So like, okay, what's the ideal state of a BIP is like, I have an idea and then I post it to a Bitcoin mailing list and there's some discussion and then I write it up in a document. Right. And and that document is called a BIP. Right. And I open a PR on github.com/Bitcoin/BIPs.
Yep.
And then the BIP editor reviews it for style and just gatekeeps it based on like, is this related to Bitcoin or is this completely different? And if the style is okay and the spelling is okay, the BIP editor says okay and gives it a BIP number and then merges it into the repo. And the purpose of a BIP number is to identify the document among all these other documents: BIP1, BIP2, BIP3, BIP whatever.
Right.
And then
in theory,
yeah. And then for some BIPs, that's the end. Right. Like, so for the ordinals BIP, the point of the ordinals BIP is to explain to people what already happened, to provide a kind of technical documentation that people can refer to. It's not like once the ordinals BIP is accepted, Bitcoin Core will implement it. It's not like any particular thing will happen.
Right.
Some BIPs, like now let's take a BIP that involves like a consensus change to Bitcoin.
Right.
After the BIP is accepted, then actually that's when the consensus process begins, right? That's when people decide kind of what they feel about the BIP. And so like, then we have this like fuzzy consensus process. At the end of the day, either it looks like, it's not going to happen or it looks like it is going to happen. And then people start working on like concretely making that happen. And a change to Bitcoin Core to consensus would involve like writing the implementation for Bitcoin Core, figuring out how to activate it, and then activating it. And then the BIP serves as this documentation of the consensus changes that were made in the past. Right. But every step of that process is like fraught and weird and fuzzy and nobody understands it.